Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Shane, and today we are going to be discussing the latest update regarding the second stimulus package and second stimulus payment. Now, with that being said, let's jump right into it. Alright everyone, welcome back. Overall, there has been major progress with regards to the Democrats and Republicans working together and compromising on some key issues. Now, prior to last week, I personally had no faith in Congress to pass another stimulus bill in 2020. With this year coming to an end and a possible government shutdown on the horizon, both Democrats and Republicans are finally working together to settle their differences and pass a comprehensive bill that is good for both parties as well as the average struggling citizen. So, the main question of the day: will the American people be receiving another stimulus check in 2020? And the simple answer is no, at least not in 2020, but it is possible to receive a stimulus check in 2021. Again, Congress has made major progress recently, and hopefully in early January, or at the very least at the end of this year, they will pass a bill, thus equating to stimulus checks in early 2021. The second main question is, what do we currently know about this pending bill? First, the current price tag is close to $900 billion. Also, it is expected to include money towards vaccine distribution as well as schools. Furthermore, it is likely to include jobless benefits of about $300 per week for people who are on unemployment, as well as about $330 billion going towards small business loans. And lastly, the final provisions include $45 billion for airlines and transit systems, a temporary 15% increase in food stamp benefits, additional farm subsidies, a $10 billion bailout for the Postal Service, and approximately $25 billion to help struggling renters with their payments. Now, lawmakers are debating whether and how long to extend the expiring federal eviction moratorium, as some Republicans argue that providing renter insurance should be sufficient, but Democrats disagree. Now, there will likely be a new round of stimulus checks, which could be set at around $600 per individual under certain income thresholds. The stimulus checks were not a part of the original plan, though. This addition was only added after recent endorsement from both Donald Trump, Bernie Sanders, and other individuals in Congress. But the idea is not very popular in other corners, since it's extremely costly and would give money to millions of people who may not need it. But it has enormous political appeal, as you can imagine. The package is also expected to send $600 per dependent, including adult dependents. If that passes, it would mean a married couple with two dependents could expect a check up to $2,400. Similar to the original stimulus checks back in March, it would account for your adjusted gross income. For individuals who are single, you would receive the full amount from anything below $75,000 or $150,000 for qualified couples. And the checks would phase out for single individuals earning above $99,000 or $198,000 for couples. If the last go-around is of any indication, the first of the checks would start to be deposited within 2 weeks of the legislation passing. After the passage of the $2.2 trillion CARE Act on March 27th, Americans started to receive their stimulus checks as early as the week of April 13th. The massive delays for stimulus checks shouldn't happen this time, though. Back in the spring, millions of Americans, including those on Social Security, saw their checks delayed until they provided additional information. Since these payments will be based on the same tax year, it is unlikely more information will be needed to be verified, at least amongst those who received their first round of payments. Now, unfortunately, one of the biggest issues right now is the stimulus checks. Senate Majority John Thune said the biggest issue in the relief negotiations are direct checks. He added, "Checks are complicated. Designing a bill to maximize the amount an individual or family receives and trying to target it to the people who need it the most. That is the most difficult part of including stimulus checks." Chuck Schumer, the Senate Majority Leader, emphasized that the package they are working on will be the second largest stimulus in United States history, following the CARES Act, which was passed back in March. The third main question is, why are we finally seeing progress made in mid-December when a bill should have been passed forever ago? Well, a key breakthrough occurred earlier this week when Democrats agreed to drop the $160 billion state and local government aid package in exchange for McConnell to abandon a liability shield for businesses and other institutions from COVID-19 lawsuits. Another reason for the progress would have to be because of the pending government shutdown. Senate Majority John Thune said it's possible a brief government shutdown could occur over the weekend because it could be difficult to pass a stopgap spending bill before the Friday midnight deadline. He added, government shutdowns are never good. Even if it's for a very short amount of time on a weekend, hopefully it's not going to be something that would be all that harmful. But that being said, the preferable route is to keep the government open and get this done and get it done quickly. In conclusion, the current package being negotiated may cost an approximate $900 billion. And in that package, it may include a $600 stimulus check, but again, that is still being negotiated. Until then, I will keep you all up to date on the stimulus package updates. It's been a pleasure. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.